Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, London VK Alucard in the building. And we're doing a reaction to James Bond 007 versus John Wick, aka Baba Yaga. Let's get it.
James Bond, the world-famous secret agent 007.
John Wick, the legendary hitman who did the impossible.
Whether they fly solo or operate on behalf of the government, the world is filled with professional killers of all shapes and sizes.
But which one of cinema's super assassins is packing Parabellum, and which one will live to die another day? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Oh, we about to have a good 3D animation. Let's get it.
From the shores of Crab Key to the crap stables of Casino Royale, from Russia with Love to Moonraker at the edge of outer space, no man has saved the world more times than Bond.
James Bond. He's the OG action hero, the slickest Scot there ever was, the coldest warrior of the swingin' 60s.
After a climbing accident in the French Alps took his parents, the young James studied abroad and graduated to the Ministry of Defense, just in time for World War II.
He rose through the ranks, quickly becoming a commander of the Royal Navy. And when you find the thing you're good at, in his case wanting murder, never do it for free.
So, after the war, James decided on Her Majesty's Secret Service and became a special agent of MI6. And they were so impressed, he was given his first 2 state-sanctioned assassinations. With this baptism in blood, Bond was granted the legendary 00 status and a license to kill with impunity.
As the premier defender of the West, Agent 007 is a jack of all trades when it comes to kicking commie ass and terrorist ass, and basically everyone's ass for the past 60 years. From the novels to the movies to the comics and games, he's been rebooted tons of times, but they're all still Bond.
Bond is a
snap! Look at him inside the
disguise,
alligator.
Driving, diving, skiing.
This man was in the alligator disguise. I'm done.
Boating, climbing, horseback riding, airplane pilot, swordsman, knife fighter, knife thrower, people thrower.
There's a such thing as people thrower, knife thrower, swords thrower, people thrower. I didn't even know you could. I mean, I knew you could throw people, but that reminded me of hopefully they show that in here. If you don't remember, in one of John Wick's movie, he threw one. Well, he didn't throw him, but he like angle slammed him. If you don't know, that's a WWE wrestler. Kurt Angle's move. He angle slammed the dude into another dude, and they broke the glass. Hopefully they show it. That was crazy when he did that.
Gamer. Bond carries his classic Walter PPK, among the world's first successful double-action semi-automatic pistols. While it only carries 9 rounds, its small size makes it optimal for concealment.
And a microdermal sensor in the grip coded to Bond's fingerprint means only he can
that's
fire
cool.
It even comes with unique ammo that breaks apart upon entry and creates 8 exit wounds, traveling like a bullet but hitting like a shotgun.
Especially deadly considering Bond has the golden eye of an expert marksman, able to take out a room of armed guards in a single second, or shoot the fuel tank of a helicopter from a speeding boat a quarter of a mile away.
He's just as deadly disarmed. Bond combines multiple martial arts like judo, boxing, Krav Maga, Muay Thai, and Jiu-Jitsu, allowing him to keep up even when outnumbered.
This mix of styles is likely the Welsh self-defense system known as 𝕭𝖈, which is taught by the modern Special Air Service.
Though that all pales in comparison to his greatest ability. Banging! Laying down pipe. He's so proficient at seduction, it actually feels more like a superpower.
Look, we're not kidding. He once seduced a female assassin sent to kill him so thoroughly, she threw herself in front of the bullet meant for him. She knew him for less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes Bond does stuff I can only describe as superhero shit. Look at this. So why not follow that impulse and give him some superhero gadgets too?
Developed by MI6's resident quartermaster, Q, Bond's spy gadgetry often complements his knack for problem solving and quick thinking.
He's got a pen that'll explode after 3 clicks and disarm after a 4th, an Omega Seamaster watch that can shoot a laser beam, a cigarette that fires a miniature rocket, and C4 toothpaste that can be remotely detonated. Probably a safer bet than that pen, especially if you're a compulsive clicker like me. Wait, was I on 3 or 4?
That was 8 clicks. He did.
He also occasionally wears a lightweight bulletproof vest, as well as a garrote wire for quiet kills and a grappling hook hidden within his belt buckle.
That's only the semi-normal shit. He's carried earbuds that give him super hearing, X-ray shades, ultrasonic cufflink grenades,
Damn.
a stun gas keychain, a cell phone taser, exploding remote-controlled drones, a nanosuit that turns him completely invisible, and a frigging jetpack. You've gotta have a hell of a pair of thunderballs to piss off a crazy Scot riding one of those.
But his greatest weapon is the one, the only,
His dick!
the Aston Martin DB5.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about him. Never mind. This absolute beauty isn't just good looks. She's packing front-mounted machine guns, oil slicks, smoke screens, and of course, the ejector seat. Oh, and good luck trying to break in. This baby is insanely bulletproof. Like, just look at this. It won't stop. Still going.
And that's crazy. I thought at least one of them, but especially when he got up close, I thought at least one of them bullets were going through. I think eventually it would, if they would have stayed there, eventually it would have broke.
Numerous vehicles over the years with ever more insane features, like a submarine transformation, light-bending holograms, and a remote control built into Bond's phone.
Ah, just look at him, living his best life. And why wouldn't he? He's a globe-trotting ladies' man with the UK Treasury as his personal credit card. He's got the world in the palm of his hand.
But for some, the world is
Damn.
not enough. Though Bond's iterations may vary, one thing remains throughout. Behind that debonair smile and British wit is a broken, soulless shell. A man only good for killing.
I guess it's no surprise that a dude who smokes up to 70 cigarettes a day and routinely drinks enough to enter a coma might have a death wish.
Now, James wasn't always like this. Not long after getting his 00, he found love, and loved so much he left the Secret Service behind.
But there are some lives you can't escape, and some lives you can't save, no matter how hard.
It said no matter
My name
how
is
hard
Ricky,
you
a meter
try to
reading
say not to.
supervisor, and I'm lighting the way for babies and their families.
Feeling, pie trying, copy the spread, upgrade your bread, pair it, share it, square it.
Hard you try. Sometimes all that's left is to kill the love inside you until all that matters is revenge.
There's no denying Bond's psychopathic tendencies. He's killed hundreds of enemy combatants over his career and might just enjoy the act of torture.
But what makes me respect him is he never forgets a pun afterward.
All that hate and regret wrapped up into one man with nothing to live for. The perfect assassin for a dying empire.
Bond is strong enough to hold his own against superhuman henchmen like Oddjob and Jaws, who can lift a van off the ground.
He survived being blasted by a Stinger missile,
Bro, that's crazy he fell from that far.
and having his eggs scrambled.
At his best, he's even fast enough to dodge gunfire nearly point blank, and missiles, while in free fall, and still shoot people. This is the superhero shit we were talking about.
Time and time again, he's outsmarted criminal masterminds like Dr. No, Goldfinger, and Scaramanga, the man with the golden gun. He's even bested the worst of them all, his arch nemesis, the international terrorist, Blofeld.
In 2 different timelines, no less. And plot twist, in the second, Blofeld was Bond's long-lost adopted brother. Which, if I recall correctly, also happened in Austin Powers. But that's why we love the old Scottish so-and-so. Who else could escape a giant space laser by kite surfing on a tsunami? What more can we say about 007? He's got the best job in the business, and nobody does it better.
I love his iconic turnaround.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Babbel.
All right, John Wick.
You ever just screw up, like really badly, like make the worst mistake ever, so bad you're just for the rest of your life?
Yes. Let's lay out a...
Punched that man twice.
You see a car that you like, but its owner
Right.
won't sell. So, you follow him home, beat him senseless, steal his car, and kill his dog.
The dog his beloved wife gifted him after she died very recently. So yeah, pretty big mistake.
And this man, well, he just happens to be the single deadliest assassin in the entire world.
He may be called
Baba
Baba Yaga,
Yaga.
but he's not the boogeyman. He's the one you sent to kill the goddamn boogeyman, John Wick. So yeah, that's one pretty huge mistake.
The full story of this specter is almost non-existent, but rumor has it he was trained by the 𝕬𝖎𝖈 crime syndicate from a young age, before moving to America and making a name for himself in its criminal underworld.
Terrifying enough to scare the living daylights out of even the most hardened murderers.
Wick is a master martial artist, combining several schools into an all-purpose fighting style that focuses on maximum efficiency with minimal effort.
Almost no one who has fought him directly has lived to tell the tale, so which specific forms he practices are for his eyes only. So why don't we look at the martial arts used to prepare for the movies by everyone's favorite immortal, Keanu Reeves.
Reeves combines Sambo, Aikido, Judo, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for defensive joint locks, throws, and wrestling moves to avoid as much damage to himself as possible while using his opponent's own weight against them.
Though his go-to is Krav Maga, which is designed to take all the best moves from various martial arts to make the ultimate fighting style.
While most martial arts are designed with other purposes in mind, like exercise, Krav Maga's entire goal is basically murder.
And boy, if that isn't Wick to a T. In his hands, literally anything can be a deadly weapon. Knives, swords, books, his belt. Shit, he once took out 3 guys with a pencil. A number 2 pencil.
That was crazy.
And thanks to John's precise understanding of the human body, he can target weak points and vital organs with ease.
But thanks to the Continental, he doesn't have to rely on writing utensils to execute his victims.
Imagine a chain of hotels around the world that serve as a front for a whole underground society of assassins. He can consult the wine steward's robust selection.
Pistols, revolvers, submachine guns, assault rifles, shotgun, plastic explosives, it's all on the menu.
Though Wick prefers his Heckler & Koch P30L, a polymer-framed semi-automatic handgun that holds 15 rounds of 9x19 parabellum.
Which he wields like an artist does a paintbrush. Wick can empty entire rooms full of enemies before they can blink, once even taking out 7 armed guards in only 3 seconds.
He's the definition of accurate, almost never missing a shot, and that includes on horseback and motorcycle back. If he's got a view to a kill, you can bet he's taking it.
And he comes literally dressed to kill with his perfectly tailored, tactically lined suit jacket that is completely bulletproof. Even repeated gunshots from close range do nothing to him.
It also helps him blend into the shadows for some sick stealth kills, and even disappear in plain sight like the goddamn Batman.
Wick
$6 for all that? You don't like my cooking anymore, mijo?
That's finger-licking good.
National University offers 100% online degree programs with flexible 4-week classes, so you can earn your degree on your schedule. Scholarships available.
Wick eventually joined the Tarasov mob and quickly became one of their top enforcers, a grim reaper who hunted their enemies with divine prejudice.
But maybe this angel of death was more human than we first thought. After years of being a badass, Wick wanted out of the mob to get married to the love of his life and retire. Wow, I wonder how that first date conversation went. Man, she must have really fallen for him. I guess he put the ass in assassin.
So his boss gave him an impossible task. He could leave if he wiped out every last one of the mob's enemies in a single night. Which he did, because human or no, he's still John Wick.
And he lived happily ever after. Well, until his former boss's snot-nosed son screwed up. Like, really badly. Great job, Theon, you never miss.
That wasn't just some dog, but a semblance of hope. The opportunity to grieve unalone, his last tether to a happy life. So Wick was back with a vengeance, prepared to kill every last person that got in his way until the whole of New York's criminal underworld had been razed by his bloody crusade.
That's crazy.
Over the course of the 3 movies, which span only about 2 weeks, Wick left over 300 bodies.
Damn.
300. Running into him is like seeing the sky fall. You're going
Oh, that
to
was
die.
cool with him and Halle Berry when they had their scenes going back to back to back. That was crazy.
There's no escape. He survived being stabbed, ran
Oh,
by
yeah.
cars, shot in the stomach, blown up, mutilated, and knocked off of a 10-story building, all within a fortnight.
Oh, and somewhere in there he found the energy to trek through the Saharan desert. And it's not like his injuries from the previous movie had time to heal.
Yeah, and that's crazy that he went from the first movie with the wounds to the second movie with them same wounds, additional with more wounds, then going into the third movie with the wounds that he had from the previous first movie and the ones that he had from the second movie. He took both of them over to the third one. I was like, damn.
For that,
We cannot emphasize this enough. John Wick is unstoppable.
he's strong enough to toss around full-grown men, snap bones.
Oh, they do it. Look,
two
hey,
assassins through
that
a
was
bulletproof
crazy.
glass floor.
Wick
That was
absolutely
crazy when he angle slammed that dude into the other dude and they fell. That was crazy.
annihilated his former Tarasov employers, the Neapolitan crime family, Camorra, and fended off an international army of assassins attacking him at random, one after the other, every few minutes.
Even after being declared excommunicado by the Continental, bereft of his former resources, he killed every last soldier sent after him by the High Table.
With barely a quantum of solace to rest. Like we said, completely unstoppable. Outgunned, outmanned, it doesn't matter. John Wick lost everything in the world that meant anything to him, and that means he won't stop killing until there's no one left, or he dies trying. And good freaking luck with that. This episode of Death Battle is...
It was crazy when he did the knife throwing scene. I don't know which. I think it was in the second one or the third one where he had the knives. He's pulling them and just tossing them boys left and right. I'm like, this man.
To die for a death
I'm going with my boy John Wick, Mr. Baba Yaga.
Is not one to be taken lightly. Be careful, 007. And
Ooh, and they have them nice.
Your concern.
They have both of them looking on a T with their face scans. Looks just like them. John Wick and James
Vodka
Bond.
martini, shaken, not stirred. What can I get you, mate? Drinks are on me.
I prefer to be alone.
Unfortunately, I wasn't asking, Baba Yaga. Now you can come with me, or we can do this
Baba
here.
Yaga.
Killing isn't permitted on company grounds.
Lucky me.
Damn. Oh, wait. Why did he just do that? This man just said, all right, let me hop over this table. Yeah. And then he just threw the damn thing. That was funny.
Seems you've got.
Oh, he got the
advantage.
cigarette gun.
You won't mind giving a dead man walking one last smoke?
What does MI6 want with me?
Your reputation.
So
precedes you.
it's an actual cigarette, but it's a cigarette gun, so you can smoke it and still shoot. You probably have to smoke it first, then shoot it.
No, you won't.
Ooh. Oh, why his bullet is split off in 5 pieces like they were saying? Oh, German suplex. Spear. He's gonna get that laser out of here. Ooh. 1 click, 2 click, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11? That was 11 clicks.
To be entirely honest, I lost count.
Woo! Got that phone. Ooh! No. Oh shit, he's still moving. Oh.
What comes around goes around, as they say.
Yeah.
Nah. I feel like Wick would have got that more.
Smashing. Positively smashing.
Oh, do grow up, 007.
No, I feel like Wick should have got that.
KO! I never thought Wick could lose, but I guess I'll never say never again. Though his skills and brutal tenacity would have saved Wick initially, against James Bond, you only live twice.
You mean once, right?
I know what I said.
Well, despite all that, Wick met his match in Agent 007.
And match is the optimal word here. Wick may have been an expert martial artist, but Bond has actually practiced several of the same styles Wick has, and has been shown to be just as skilled a fighter, even defeating master martial artist himself.
Wick's ability to shatter a floor of bulletproof glass definitely makes him superhumanly strong, but Bond has fought off similarly powerful henchmen in the past.
And while Wick's speed and accuracy with a gun may look unbeatable, Bond's is just as impressive.
He's landed accurate shots just as well as Wick ever has, but more importantly, he has a faster quick draw.
That's right, despite being played by Neo himself, Wick has never dodged bullets. Bond, on the other hand, has, and that superior speed gave him an edge in both close-quarter combat and on the draw.
Though since both had body armor, the fight probably wasn't going to be won by guns alone. And that's where Bond held his biggest advantage, his gadgets.
There was no way Wick would see an exploding pen or a laser watch coming, and that's the whole point of Bond's gadgets. They're seemingly normal, everyday objects that'll take his enemy by surprise.
Given time, Bond has always used these to come up with game-winning strategies, even against numerically superior foes, especially with his more absurd technology like the invisible nanosuit and remote-controlled explosive drones.
Wick's endurance might be mind-blowing, but he isn't invincible.
He can keep fighting even on death's door, but the deadliness of Bond's trick weapons would not have given him that option.
Diamonds are forever, but against someone just as skilled with an arsenal straight out of science fiction, Wick's luck definitely wasn't. Bond may have been the spy who loved me, but against Wick, he was going to live and let die. And you can bet tomorrow never dies. Nailed it. Look, I just had to fit the last few movies in, okay? Oh, wait, shit, I forgot about Octopussy.
The winner is Bond. James Bond.
No, I feel like Wick should have won that, but it's all
Hey,
good.
if you want more Death Metal ASAP, why not?
Who's the next battle?
Notes, badges, live chat, live streams, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. Just click that join button. Thanks for watching.
Next time. Ooh, Black Adam. Apocalypse? Ooh.
Come back.
That's gonna be a good one. James Bond. Let me know your thoughts on it. I feel like John Wick, even though Bond used his gadgets, I feel like Wick still could have came out a different way. At least made the kill way better than that. Because I feel like Wick would have been... He wouldn't have just stood there and let the dude fight him. He would have eventually grabbed his probably laser thing and pointed at his face. And then he wouldn't have just sat on that car and waited for that damn glass thing to fall. That's how I was thinking, like, nah, I wish there would have been a better kill, like, a better kill than that. Like, that was a shitty kill. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What y'all thought about this. But it's been your boy, 𝕬𝖎𝖏𝑉𝐾. Make sure y'all bite that like button, bite that subscribe button. And I'll see y'all for the next battle. We on the feeding frenzy. Take care.